welcome you to the iWorship vlog here at IamKeisha.com. I have a very, very good friend with me today. Her name is Daarinah. I tend to do that. I sing people's names when I'm really excited. So I have Daarinah here today. As I said, she's a good friend of mine. She raps, she sings, she writes, she acts. She does a lot of wonderful, wonderful things, and a lot of you may already be familiar with her. So I'm gonna have her share what she does, and we'll get into some other stuff throughout our conversation. But I want to start with just talking about how you got saved, because I know, from us being friends, that you didn't grow up in a completely Christian home. So I think I've always thought your story is really cool. So share with us how you came to know Christ.
Wow. Well, I grew up in a home where my dad is Muslim. He still is. He was Muslim. And my mom, she kind of was going along with his leading. But she always believed in Christ. But my father, he always read the Quran to us. We prayed in Arabic, and that's what I knew. I didn't know any other God. I knew there was God.
Yeah.
And there was one God.
Yeah.
And that was something that they agreed on. Even if my mom didn't agree about Allah and just teaching us, there's one God.
Yes.
And you pray.
Yes.
That's like the rules,
Yeah.
And so that was the rule. And I think me and my sisters, we had got confused at one point. And so we talked to each other and we said, okay, I don't know what this God daddy talking about, and I don't know what mommy talking about.
Right.
But God exists. Yes. We're just going to agree that there's God.
Yes.
He's not Allah. He's not anything. You know, and we made like the sister pact.
Right.
God on three. Yeah. So we made this thing because we were all like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Anyway, so they instilled faith in us.
Yes.
But we were just a little bit confused as to what is happening. So anyway, fast forward, when my mother and father got divorced, my mom decided to get us baptized. So okay, well, now that, let me get you guys baptized. This is something I've always wanted to do.
Yes.
So we did get baptized, but we still had no understanding of who Christ was. We just, mommy wanted us to go to church and get baptized.
Right.
So speed on to college. Time to go to college. I went to college, and I still had these beliefs of God, of this God that I knew that I could pray to, but I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
And so I was in college, and I met a friend named Paralee.
Okay.
Paralee. And we're still good friends today. Her brother-in-law was coming to the school, and he was teaching Bible studies.
Oh, wow.
And so he was teaching them in her dorm room. Her roommate, whoever would come, he's teaching Bible studies, and she would invite me. And so after a while, he started taking people to church if they wanted to come. He would take whoever on campus if they want to come to church. I would go to church, and it still didn't mean anything to me. It was just fun. It was social.
Yes.
There were other young people there, my age. Okay, party time at the sanctuary. But it wasn't until maybe about the third or fourth time that I visited, and we're on the way back to the dorm, and I asked a question to the pastor, who is the person who was coming and doing the Bible studies.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all always talking about Jesus. Why?
Right.
Why is he so important to you?
Right.
Like, why are you thanking him all the time?
Yes.
What makes him, every time somebody's talking, they're saying Jesus.
Yes.
I literally didn't know, what was happening. Yeah. And so he said, what? You don't know? No, I don't know. He said, okay. So let me start from the beginning. He told me, so God so loved the world, John 3:16.
Yes.
He sent his only son, and his son was Jesus.
Yes.
And so Jesus came, and he healed people, and he was God's son, and he did all these beautiful things. And then he was battered, and he was beaten, and all of these things, and then he was hung on the cross, and he died. And when he died, that was redemption for us. Like he did that for us and for our sins, and now that we can live, he rose on the third day. Like it was the simple.
I straight up gave you the gospel.
The straight up gospel,
like
simple.
Yes.
like, and I was
That's
blown.
awesome.
I was so blown away. He just told me the story like regular.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
and this is what happened, and this is what happened.
Right.
And oh my gosh. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I believed.
Yeah.
I believed. I was like, oh my gosh, they did that to him.
Wow.
I'm boohooing it. Like, that's
Yes.
my moment for real. Like, thank you, Jesus. Like, oh my gosh. Why nobody told me? Like, no, I was really mad, though.
Yes.
Because I was like, why didn't anybody tell me?
Right.
I really was like, I was mad.
Yeah.
First I was like, you know, I was like, oh my gosh. And I believed. And then I was like, how come nobody ever told me this?
Wow.
Like, I've been here this long and nobody ever told me that he did this. And I really believed, and so I started to ask God to prove himself.
Yeah.
I said, okay, God, I believed you in that moment, but what if it was emotional?
Right.
What if how do I know?
Right.
And so I started to pray. Yeah, I need to know that I know that I know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like praying God to prove himself, to
Yes.
speak to me, to show himself true,
Yes.
to show his word true.
Mm-hmm.
And like getting his word, it's a process.
Yeah.
It took some years.
Yeah.
It took some years for me to even grasp the concept of living for him.
Yes.
But it came, and that was the seed. That was the
Awesome.
seed that was planted in me.
Yes.
In college, I was
Yeah.
a freshman in Philadelphia at Drexel University, and met a friend who just wanted me to, come to her dorm room because her brother-in-law was teaching. You know.
Yes.
And so, you know, God is good.
Yes, he is.
He
Wow.
comes to all of us so differently.
Yeah,
you know,
he does.
Isn't it crazy?
And he consistently woos us over time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's so patient.
Yo.
It's not like, well, I already told you that I done died for you, so either you believe or you don't believe.
Right,
And that's,
exactly.
like, he's so patient with us, and he takes his time to prove himself. He doesn't have to prove anything.
He didn't have to.
But, you know, he just loves us.
He doesn't
like
have to,
that.
exactly. It's so crazy.
Because you said so many wonderful things just now, and one of the things that really hit home for me is just like, why didn't anybody tell me?
Why?
It just makes me think,
It's
you know,
crazy.
how many people there are in today's world that are out there not knowing that Jesus died and rose and is a living, breathing, available God for them. And you know, it's our job as Christians to make sure that we get that message out. And I know you, with all of your gifts, you live your life doing that, you know? And I really do appreciate that, you know, the passion that you have for people. I've seen it, you know, because I've been around with you ministering, whether it's through the word or through rapping or through lyrics that you've written. And that's really what it's all about, is telling people, because I think we live in a world where we think everybody knows.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild because I think you're right. And you live in this world and you surround yourself
Yes.
with believers because you need to
Right.
surround ourselves with
Right.
believers. But it is so important that we do not forget
We can't.
that everybody doesn't know.
We cannot.
There are still some people that have no idea.
Yeah, I experienced that with a family member of mine. You know, there was no access to a Bible in the house. You know, and so for me to be able to share the gospel with him and be able to give him his first Bible was just like, it was awesome, and it was an eye opener for me because I'm like, wow, you know, it's 2016 and people still don't know. We still got work to do.
We still got some work.
Yes.
I'm still asking God, like all the time, like, God, show me
Yes.
ways, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Help me to not forget and show me
Yeah.
ways that
Yeah.
I am overlooking,
Yes.
that I can be more effective,
Yes.
you know, and more intentional.
Absolutely. That's
Intentional.
it. When you're looking for it, it's like, you
Yeah.
know, the opportunity is created.
Yeah.
That conversation is made, but yeah, we have to be intentional about it. We have to ask God, you know, send them this way or send me their way. Like,
Yes.
however you do it, show me. I know for you, one of the ways that you reach people is through your music. You are an awesome rapper, and I'll say for myself, like, I had to, you know, grow to like Christian rap because culturally I just wasn't used to it, and there's a lot of stigma around Christian rap, which is something that I really want to talk about. I wanted you to just kind of address, because there's a lot of people that think that worship is not expressed through rap.
I know.
Or that rap is not, it doesn't count. Like, that's just entertainment.
Yeah.
But I've really, I have encountered the presence of God through rap, specifically through your ministry. And so, yeah, talk with us about that. Just help us understand that it is.
Yeah, you know what? I think a lot of it is like a traditional mindset, you know, and I think God is so big, it would be ignorant, actually. It would be really to limit him to be able to operate only within a certain, you know, area.
Yeah.
Or only within a certain skill set. Being as though he's given all of us these skills. He can work through all of them if he wants to, if he chooses to. So I think that as far as rap being as a form of worship, I think that a lot of times when it comes to worship and worship music, I think that people look at it as an emotion or as a feel. But it has nothing to do with feelings and nothing to do with emotion.
Yes.
You know, there's been so many times where whether it be my own music or somebody else's, have been moved to worship God.
Right.
You know, through lyrics, through words, just for exhorting him. You know, you can exhort him through rap music, and we do, and I do. You know what I mean? And I think that anything that is going to draw a person's spirit to the attention and to, you know, to draw closer to God is worship. I mean, I'm just saying. Like, you know what I mean?
Anything that is going to draw people to God.
Yeah.
That is worship.
Yeah, like that is the ultimate goal.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's the ultimate goal. So I know and I have experienced being able to have a worship experience.
Yes.
Through rap music.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I have to.
And so I just really think that it's like a more of a traditional thing and more of a, you know, but it doesn't even, really honestly, it doesn't matter who says what.
Yeah.
As long as God is getting his glory.
That's it.
People can say, you know, ain't no worship, okay.
Right.
That's okay for you.
Right.
But because I'm on assignment, I'm going to do it.
I'll
catch you on the back
end.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Yes.
And just, you know, ask God to do what he's going to do through it. You know what I'm saying?
And he does. He absolutely does. I mean, you have so many songs that have ministered to me. One of my favorite is, it's a throwback one, Sweeter Than the Day Before.
Oh, yes.
I love that one.
I still love that song.
Yeah, because I mean,
that is a song that takes you in the worship.
Yes, it does.
It
is literally a love song to God about how he's just sweeter and sweeter and sweeter and sweeter the more you grow to know him. And I think the more we grow to know God, the more we become open to the various creative ways that he reaches us. Definitely. You know, it's not always through a sung song.
Yeah.
It's not even always through a song.
It's
not always through a sermon. There's so many different ways for God to communicate with us and for us to communicate with him. And communication with God is worship. You know, drawing nigh into him and he draws nigh to us. So that is really what it's all about. And I appreciate you for your humility and for your meekness and just your consistency. You have, you know, your consistency as far as not backing down from what you're gifted to do because of what other people think and because of it not being popular in certain cultures or to certain people. You know, because there's a lot of people who don't do what they've been gifted to do because it doesn't speak to a certain audience or a certain group or a certain person, you know. So I appreciate you for that. Yes. Okay, so I want to talk about, because we've been talking about worship and how rap is a form of that, but I also know that with your music and acting and writing and working and just everything that you've got going on, you have a busy schedule.
Yeah.
So talk with us about how do we stay close to God in the busyness of life?
Yeah, so crazy. That question is a crazy question because we can drown.
Yeah.
If we allow ourselves to.
Absolutely.
And I've been there, so I know what that looks like.
Yeah.
So we were talking earlier about being intentional. So I'm learning the power of intentionality, especially in a relationship with God.
Absolutely.
I am learning that in order to keep that close knit, in order to keep that that streamline of communication, that that constant pouring down, that, you know what I'm saying, like to keep that, and also to be attentive to what God is asking, saying, and doing in the moment.
Yes.
We have to be intentional.
In the moment, yeah.
Yeah, we have to be intentional. So I have to be really intentional.
Yeah.
And I'm, so one of the ways that I'm intentional is just waking up and reading.
Yes.
And just praying, asking God to watch over my day, wherever I be, whether I be at work, that I be, that I'm still be attentive and still be able to hear Him in His leading, that He get the glory out of whatever I do, that I'm not just doing it haphazardly, that I'm still representing Him.
Yes.
Because also just doing things out of repetition and doing things just out of everyday life, you can really get to just doing and like forgetting that there's purpose in every single thing that's happening, you know. And so that's it. That I'm thinking intentionality. Like nowadays in my life, in order to keep that, I'm thinking being intentional. And going to God and not waiting for Him to chastise me or try to grab my attention.
Waiting for the moment where you got to repent.
Waiting for
all week, Lord.
Right.
Yeah.
And that, that's in my prayers.
Yeah.
I'm like, Lord, before you have to do something to make me notice this. Help me to see what you're trying to do here.
Or before you got to expose me, Lord. Just show me, Jesus.
See,
we got it. I'm
you know
listening.
exactly. You know exactly what I'm saying.
Yes,
those are the prayers that I pray because I don't want to. I don't want to come to that point where God's like, hey, hey.
Yeah.
I want to be, on call.
Absolutely.
I want to be ready.
Absolutely.
I want to be a ready person that, ready vessel.
Absolutely. Yeah, I often talk about how people have to be aggressive. Like you were saying, intentional, like, because the enemy is aggressive. He's intentional. And he will send every distraction, every block, every obstacle, everything in our way that will stop us from staying close to God. You go to read the Bible and it's like, oh, I'm sleepy. Or you go to pray, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot, I need to call so-and-so. And, he's actually like seeking to and fro. He's looking for somebody to devour, to destroy, to kill, to steal and destroy. Like, so we have to be intentional.
Yes.
We can't be haphazard about being close to God because we're going to get busy.
Yep.
We're going to get distracted.
Yep.
We're going to get tired and drained. And, it requires us to be intentional. You hit the nail right on the head. Like, you have to be intentional. Like, all right, make time for prayer. Make time for study.
Right.
Make time to talk with God. Shut some stuff down if you have to. Don't answer every phone call, etc. So, thank you for sharing that because it's really intentionality.
Yes.
That is how we stay close to God in the midst of busyness.
Yes.
Like, that's what Jesus did.
Yeah.
He was intentional. Like, listen, I know I healed all of these people, did all these miracles, taught the disciples. Now I still got to get up early in the morning and go pray to the Father.
Yes.
Because He the one that's going to tell me what my day needs to look like anyway.
Yeah.
So, that's very, very true. Okay. Guys, I have a treat for you. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. I'm really, really excited because you're gonna rap for us, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm excited. So, tell us about the song first.
Okay, so this is actually,
I'm super hyped, y'all, because like this is my friend, but like part of me is a fan too. So like this is genuine excitement because I love your lyrics. I say all the time that she makes me feel like I could rap, but I will not torture y'all with that. But I love the words. I mean, I love your swag and I love your confidence when you rap, and I just, it's all, the presentation of it is great. But one of the things that, kind of steered me away from Christian rap was that the words weren't really of substance. Yeah. So I really appreciate that when you rap, you be talking about stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah. Okay. So go ahead. Tell us about the song.
Okay, so this is actually not a song.
Okay.
It's not from a song. It's actually kind of like a freestyle.
Oh,
verse. It's not a freestyle.
Only at iamkeisha.com. Only at the iWorship.
It's not. It's a verse that I wrote, but it's not particularly a song. It's basically
cool.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, let it speak for you. Go ahead.
Jesus saved my soul and washed sins away. He washed sins away. He washed sins away. Jesus saved my soul. Ridiculously awesome, saving the lost ones. Separate the real and the true from the false ones. And he be the boss one. Y'all gonna listen while them people out there gathering riches. I'm going fishing. Sword in one hand, shield in the other. And all I know is that I ain't scared cause I'm covered. And all I see is wolves and sheepskin undercover. But I stay by the side of my closer than a brother. They say I'm like David when Goliath was a giant. I am as wild as the 60s, I'm a riot. The lies of the enemies are tired, and that's why I only eat the word of God. I'm on a diet. Shot up in my bones, you could call me Jeremiah. I call me Denzel, man on fire. Though I am a lady, apple of the Lord's eye. Rich make it into heaven, camel in the needle's eye. I don't want to see you die and fried like it's a permanent. The choice you make with the Most High is so permanent.
Yes. I love it. This is what I'm talking about. Like, there's scripture, there's history, there's power, and there's swag. She makes me feel like I get like an overflow of her swagness to balance out my geekness. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I mean, if you want to do something else, by all means, I mean, I won't be offended.
Okay. Well, this song, Wretched Undone.
Yes. I love it.
It is so self-explanatory. I'm hoping I remember all the words.
Okay.
I haven't done it in a long time, but this song is so close to my heart. But it is like just a point of realization of like, why, God? Like, why? I am like this disobedient.
I know.
Ungrateful.
Unfaithful.
Sinful. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But still, still in spite of any of those things, because of that righteousness, because of your righteousness, because of your son, because of your goodness and your love, still you keep me and you bless me. So this song is called Wretched Undone because as jacked up and broken and whatever that we may be, God is He's still there for us, and He's undoing all of those things in us, and just making us, His really at the end of the day. So, Wretched Undone. This is so for you. I'm a wretch undone, saved by your son. The devil thought he won, thought I was having fun, but I wasn't. I was depressed, I was low down and suicidal. It was the money, drugs, the sex, they were my idol. Distracted by so much pain, I could not see that I'm a wretch undone, saved by your grace. Jesus came and died, and he took my place right there on the cross, y'all.
Yes.
Oh, the love he gave, no one could compare. Oh, the sacrifice he made showed us that cared. All of the blood he shed on that cross for me. Back on Calvary, but I'm a wretch undone, saved by your Son. The devil thought you won, thought I was having fun. Yeah. You know, I think about it often. How many times I could have been laid up in that coffin. God knows I've been hurting. God knows I've been hurt. And he still let me be here. He still thinks that I'm worth this. Birthed this in me at a young age. I heard him calling out my name. But back then we was just flirting. My relationship was with the devil. Had me working. Sort of like Eve back in the day, conversing with that serpent. Sleeping with different men. He told me they would love me. Was I too skinny or too smart? Was I ugly? It wasn't until 26 I started to know I'm beautiful. No wonder the enemy kept coming at my neck. I am so purposeful, merciful and lovely in spite of the wrong I did. You love me when people judge me. Now I reminisce. Thank you, Lord, for keeping me even when I disregarded you. You're faithful and you're wonderful, and I'm a wretch undone.
Thank you, Jesus.
Saved by your grace. I was saved by your grace. Jesus came and died, yeah. And he took my place right there on the cross, y'all. That's it. That's what I got.
Thank you so very much. I love that song. That's one of my favorites because you share your testimony in it, and it's so reflective of all of our stories. That we are wretches undone. Ratchet wretch. Oh man, but you said it perfectly when you said he's undoing all of those things, and that is the only way to be undone from all of those things is for us to encounter the love of God. That just because love. Like it ain't nothing you did or like I just love you.
Yes,
that's it.
Like that just I love you.
And period. Yeah. Like
you didn't have to do a thing.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do to make me love you less. There's nothing you can do to make me love you more. Like, God's love it's indescribable. It's unconditional. It's untainted. It's unrelenting, and it's undeserved, but it's just beautiful. And I hope you feel that love. I hope that you've come to know that love. If not, it's never too late. You can accept it right now, wherever you are. I don't care if you're in the car watching this on your phone or at work watching this on your computer, which you probably shouldn't even be doing, but it's cool. Christ is available to you. So yes, thank you so much. Thank you so very much for joining us today. I've had such a blast with you.
Thank you.
And I hope that you all enjoyed. I'm sure that you did, because God is just good like that. He's just good. So tune in with us next time. Thank you again.